Yes, finally, Manchester City beat us 1-0. 29 games against top six clubs. We have no win. We have no win. 29 games now. But a very impressive show from Manchester City. The worst game you can think about from Arsenal. Thomas Partey didn't start. That is not a reason, though. We had a couple of players who started in that game. I want to know your reaction, so make sure you give me your comments. What do you think was wrong in that game? Join me live using the link in the comment section. It's a StreamYard link. When you tap on it, you'll be able to join me live. Let us discuss why the hell did we lose? What went wrong? Why did Arsenal actually suffer that humiliating defeat? It was the worst Manchester City side. That is what hurt me most. It was the worst Manchester City side. When you look at how they were playing against Leeds, you just can't think about that we lost against them. They were so bad against Leeds. Actually, they survived all through. But against Arsenal, we didn't create chances. We didn't put any threat against Manchester City. They were better than us. Almost 15, 19, minutes after the game, they were about to win it. In the halftime, they had enough clear-cut chances to win the game. We never, absolutely never appeared at the Manchester City Stadium today. I think the lineup was okay. I can't go against Mikel Arteta. Why did he start Thomas Partey? Maybe because he was new or something like that. But the lineup was okay. Danny Ceballos, Danny Xhaka, but the morale was not there. It's like we came to lose. Practically that was the point. We came to lose against Manchester City. We never did anything on that pitch that could tell you that Arsenal won 3 points. We didn't do anything. If there is anything that we did on that pitch, and you can tell me that Arsenal did this on the pitch and we tried to win the game, tell me in the comment box. Absolute crap on that pitch. Aubameyang, I don't know, ever since he signed his new contract, he's off. And I want your opinions, guys. I want your opinions in the comment box. Use that link in the comment box to join me live. Tell me, what do you think went wrong? Because Aubameyang was absolutely out of the game. Granit Xhaka, Manchester City exploited our midfield like they were passing through, a maze garden with straight lines. That is what was happening. The lines were demarcated, very well demarcated. And City went through with no trouble. They went through very well. Absolutely abysmal performance today. Abysmal performance. I wanted to look at the defense line was okay. Because I know City got a couple of chances, but Van Leno wasn't at stake. But that midfield is the problem that's going to haunt us for the whole season. And we have been singing this in the transfer window that our midfield is trash. Our midfield is trash. You've been singing this in the transfer window. We have been pointing to how many midfielders did we point to? The problem was really visible, but we didn't go for it. We didn't go for the medicine. And I'm going to ask Mikel Arteta, why did Thomas Partey didn't play? If he was new, you never wanted him to start that game. Why do you bring Thomas Partey in the 80s when the game is over? Someone explain to us why Thomas Partey comes on that pitch in 80 minutes. 10 minutes to go, the game is over. Manchester City feel they have won the game. We feel that we have lost the game, and then you bring Thomas Partey. Like, why do you bring Thomas Partey at that time? Why don't you bring Thomas Partey in the 60 minutes? Because in the second half, we were absolutely nonsense. We needed the substitutions right from the start of the second half. We needed the changes. They never came. Mikel Arteta never bothered to bring those substitutions. He waits until 80 minutes. He tries to solve the problems in the midfield. Who the hell does that? Which manager does that? You want to win this game, and the problem is in the midfield because Xhaka was very silent. Danny Ceballos was silent as well. The only player in that midfield that tried to do things was Bukayo Saka. And then you tell me that you're going to bring on Eddie Nketiah and Lacazette. Now, I asked myself, what was Lacazette going to do in that game? Because we were not creating chances. Our problem was not holding the ball up front. No, our problem was that we didn't have possession, and when we had it, straight we lost it. That means we need a player who could win back possession and hold that ball in the midfield. He brought Eddie Nketiah. You asked me, am I really happy with him? I'm not. Because we lost against the worst Manchester City team. This was the time, absolute time, the perfect timing to beat Manchester City. They never had Kevin De Bruyne, for Christ's sake. And Phil Foden was a Xavi against Arsenal. Phil Foden, Raheem Sterling, Riyad Mahrez. They gave us trouble all night long. The same way we lost to Liverpool, the same way we lost to Manchester City, giving them too much of respect. You respect them so much, you don't want to attack them, you play this defensive game. Until when are we going to play the defensive game? All the time playing a defensive game. Liverpool, we never appeared against Liverpool. Manchester City, we did appear. We can't just keep on losing to the big teams, even when we can beat them. That is a problem. That is a big problem. No attack. Absolutely, we came to lose and we lost. So we got the best result because we got the result we were looking for. No creating chances, poor long balls. The striking line is absolutely, a disgrace. Willian, and we were playing a 4-3-3 with Willian as a false nine. Did I see that? Because we're playing a 4-3-3, Aubameyang on the left, Pepe on the right, and then in the midfield, at the center, we had Willian. Did I just see that? Did I just see that nonsense on the pitch? I believe it. No, I'm gonna blame Mikel Arteta. Nice tactics in the first place, but you got to change when the match changes. That is what you're a manager for. You got to change. You bring on Partey in the 80th minute, and I asked myself, pretty well, why is Partey coming on in the 80th minute? Why? Because our midfield was dominated and dead right from the start of the, after conceding that goal, the midfield died off. I've seen Raheem Sterling travel through that midfield, that Arsenal midfield, like he's in heaven. But the same problem we had against Sheffield United is the same problem we had against West Ham. And you explain, you want to explain to us, Mikel Arteta, that you're going to come in the press conference and tell us that we did the best we could. And you think you're going to bite that, this kind of trash. And this is why I say, managers get too much comfortable. They get too comfortable. And Mikel Arteta is getting too comfortable. You just can't tell me that we are playing ugly games back after back ugly games. We have not played any decent game this season. Not one decent game this season. Even against Fulham, it was not the Arsenal you would expect. West Ham, they had the possession. Sheffield, they were pressing us. They wanted that equalizer and they were about to get it. And then you tell me that you have a 15 million player, Thomas Partey, and you're like, I'm not gonna use him. He's not going to play. Why? He's new to the league. You're losing games, you're losing points, and you're protecting players because they are new in the league. It's the same problem he had with Gabriel Magalhaes. He left him out of the Liverpool game. All of us ask ourselves, why is Gabriel Magalhaes out of that, out of the Liverpool game? No answers. I just don't get it. It was a dismal performance Every player was average in that team. Every player was average. That midfield needs to be fixed as soon as possible, or else we are in deep, deep trouble. That midfield needs to be, rectified as soon as possible. You can't just play against Rodri, Phil Foden, and then you disappear. When you Dennis Ceballos, Granit Xhaka, against Phil Foden, and you disappear. What is that supposed to mean? I mean, what is that supposed to mean? I don't get it. Nathan, welcome to the show, Black.
Disgraceful performance. What did I just see? Arteta was playing Willian as a central forward, as a false nine, and Aubameyang off the left, playing players of possession. Arteta cost us the game. I don't care. He has done a good job, but today it was disgraceful.
Exactly. And this is what I've been saying all the time. That there are times when managers make mistakes and they cost the club points. Mikel Arteta cost us points that we shouldn't have lost today. He cost us points. Why don't you bring, Thomas Partey? Why don't you bring Thomas Partey? Nathan, just correct me on this. In that midfield, if we introduce Partey at the 45th minute at the start of the second half, wouldn't we have seen a change?
We would have seen. We should have taken off Willian, played Partey as the CM. Arteta was graceful. Pepe didn't have the best of games, and Aubameyang was non-existent. Since he signed the contract, the guy has not got to go. I love Aubameyang, but it was disgraceful.
Yeah, everybody loves Aubameyang. Every Arsenal fan loves Aubameyang, but today, actually, ever since you're right, ever since he signed his contract, I think he has become. I don't know what I don't know why he's getting this goal dropped and so on, but we lack. Look at that creativity. Look at the creativity in that Arsenal team. Where is the creativity? Where are the chances for the strikers to score? I just don't get why we just we just couldn't buy the right players in that in that market. I just get it. Mikel Arteta decides to drop Thomas Partey, goes for Granit Xhaka, and the midfield. Well, what did you make out? What did you make of our midfield performance today? What did you make? Because Phil Foden and Rodri were absolutely wonderful. Wonderful,
They
not because they're
dominated
good
our
players.
midfield. They dominated
Exactly.
our midfield.
Because we had nonsense, because we had trash in that midfield. I don't know why Mikel Arteta really thinks Granit Xhaka and Danny Ceballos must be the pair to play in the midfield. It just doesn't get down to that. It just doesn't.
No creativity in it. No bloody creativity in it. I think Saka should play as a CM, with Partey as the CDM and Ceballos next to him. No creativity. Oh, Pepe had a dreadful game, but I understand why. There was nobody that would feed him the balls. We were too concentrated on the left-hand side with Tierney, Saka, and Oba. Disgraceful.
This is a game. If you're on the show and you do agree with me, you can get a comment in, and you can also get a comment in if you disagree with me. But this is a game where we did not appear, and let me tell you, Nathan, I think this is the same the same performance we had against Liverpool. That's exactly the same performance.
Absolutely.
We never appeared.
Absolutely. No creativity. I think defensively, David Luiz and Gabriel did a wonderful job, especially Gabriel.
Yeah.
But we move on. We move on to Leicester City.
Yeah, we move on to Leicester City, but we need to cover the mistakes. We need to cover those mistakes that we've been encountering in the past, because I think the same performances, the same ugly performances we are carrying through all out the season. Ever since we
Exactly.
started the season, we have been playing
Exactly.
ugly football. Ugly football.
Exactly. And the changes were too late.
Yeah.
Man brought on man brought on Thomas Partey in the 80th minute. Is he smoking? Is man smoking?
I just couldn't get it. Okay, have people joining the stream now. Big man, how are you, big man? Big man, are you there?
Yes.
Um,
Yes,
what did
yes.
you make of our performance today? What did you make of our performance today? Just be, when you're watching, when you did watch that, game, what came to your head? What were you thinking about?
I think
Rubbish,
actually,
absolute rubbish.
Yeah.
I think actually our game was
Yeah.
poor,
Yeah.
poor average. Especially as you can see in the midfield, we lack creativity a lot. I think
Yeah.
Mikel Arteta has done a big mistake of not putting Party first round.
Yeah.
That is why you see we lack a lot of creativity. Even most of the players, especially forward, has make even mistake to putting William forward, and that causing even we didn't have even many attempts. We lack a lot of creativity. That make our game to be poor a lot. I
Yeah.
think in terms of defending, Gabriel was doing great.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is all.
But I think even before you look at the creativity,
Mhm.
look at the rate at which we lose the ball. Look at the rate at which
Ceballos was the one losing the balls.
you understand? We lose the ball too easily. After losing the ball too easily, we don't regain it very fast. That means the opponent can have the ball as long as they want, and when we get it, we have for a very short period of time, and we can't use it. You know,
Absolutely.
but
Absolutely.
Mm.
When
uh,
when
let me
Partey
first
came,
ask you guys. Let me ask this, and I'll start with Christopher. Are you comfortable? Are you okay with this style of starting the ball from behind, from Burnley with the back, and then losing it even before we reach the center of the park?
I think in case of in defending, I think we just have a small bit mistake that is making us to fail. But I think Mikel Arteta has done a very big mistake. I think after first half, he will have make a changes immediately. I
Yeah,
think Party will have even enter that second half. I think we will have even get a changes from that game for the second half.
yeah.
Mm.
Nathan, what do you think? What do you think about starting building our play from the goalkeeper? Because it just doesn't work for me. It just doesn't work. We start with Leno. When we are under pressure, we lose that ball in 5-4 touches. We have lost the ball. What do you think about that?
when you have someone like Lacazette who can hold up the play, you can go long. But when you
Yeah,
have someone like William, you need to play out from the back, as William is not good aerially.
yeah. But
So
it
today,
doesn't
I
work.
think
It doesn't work.
we played
If
out
you look
from
at
the
the
back
times, if you look at the times we have started that ball from the back, it doesn't work for us.
with the right personnel. It works. But today we had David Luiz, who's at times nervous, a bit nervous, and
Yeah.
Bellerin couldn't play out from the back.
Okay. The Arsenal. Someone called the Arsenal on the stream. Hello, bro.
Man City, Man City, Man City.
What did you make of our performance today? Oh, because of anyway. Time to vote them the man of the match because I think this is going to be a very hard one for us. Um, Christopher, who was your man of the match in that Arsenal side?
I think man of the match from Arsenal side, it is Gabriel. I think
Why?
if you see, like for example, in terms of confidence, physicality, and quality, Gabriel is good at it.
Yeah.
That is why you see some of he tried to make the space to be squeezed in case of attacking. Like I can see actually Gabriel is the man of the match according to my option.
Yeah. Nathan, man of the match?
Bukayo Saka, the man himself, the little chili Bukayo Saka, absolutely teared their midfield apart. Got a few balls in, unlucky that he didn't score. Nearly gave an assist. What a man! What a performance! Probably
Yeah.
my man of the match.
Man of the match, Bukayo Saka. Who was my man of the match in that game? Probably I don't have anyone, but I would go for Gabriel as well. But the truth is we were so ugly. We were very average. We were very, very average. And I don't know how I'm going to do my player ratings. But Christopher, does this mean we are going to lose against we are going to lose the next two games because they are still big games, Leicester City and Manchester United? Does this create any, because the performance was so bad, it doesn't guarantee you that you can win, against the coming game, the coming teams.
Uh, actually, I think Arteta should make immediately changes. If, like for example, maybe if you are going to play next game, you should look at the weak area, especially there in mid. You should make sure that area is making a good performance, especially in attacking. We are lacking creativity. That is what I am seeing. Arsenal are lacking a lot.
The creativity.
Yes.
Nathan, what does this reflect on our coming fixtures?
Excuse me?
Like I was saying, what does this performance reflect on our coming fixtures?
What?
What does this performance reflect on our coming fixtures?
We can win Leicester City. Get a draw on. We can win Leicester City. But it was a disappointing result, man. Um, especially in the second half, we didn't commit enough man in the press.
Yeah, that's very true. Actually, I think our first half was even better than the second half. Second half, we didn't do anything. We didn't do anything. But okay, Christopher, worst player on the pitch. Who was your worst player on the pitch for us?
Pardon?
Who was your worst player for Arsenal today?
Actually, my worst player, I think it will be Ceballos. You
The
see,
vibe.
most.
Yeah,
Pardon?
I'm
I
listening.
I say that Ceballos was the worst player according to my option because I have seen most of the time that lack confidence in him, especially when he get the ball. He didn't get this one. He didn't create a lot of chance. Even
Yeah,
especially if you can see in the second half, we don't have any
yeah.
chance. And our attacking midfield is a bias. You have to make chances, especially to Aubameyang and Lacazette. But I have seen actually Ceballos was not doing anything. He lacked confidence, quality, and physically. That is what according to my option.
Okay. Nathan, who was your worst player on the pitch?
I love Aubameyang, but he was the worst player on the pitch.
Okay.
didn't offer nothing. But Ceballos was also dreadful. But I'll go with Aubameyang.
Aubameyang.
Absolutely.
You know, those players. It really hurts me when I cannot choose the worst player of the pitch because everyone was, practically so poor. But I'll go with Willian. He's my worst player on the pitch.
Yeah,
He was
I
my
forgot
worst player.
Willian. I forgot Willian. He
Yeah,
was dreadful. I
yeah.
would have said Willian. I forgot him.
But what is Ceballos supposed to do? What do we expect of Danny Ceballos? What is he supposed to do on that Arsenal pitch? Is he the number 10? Is he supposed to create chances? Is he a box to box? What is he supposed to give to us?
Box to box.
Box to box.
But now with the addition of Partey, I think we will see more of Danny.
Yeah. Dinero, welcome to the show.
Yo, thanks for having me.
How are you, man? I think his network is a problem. It really confuses me, guys, when I think about Danny Ceballos and what he has to play at Arsenal. Is he playing the number 10? Is he playing the number 8? Is he the box to box? Is he the number 6? It really creates a lot of problems for me. But Christopher, what do you expect
Yeah.
out of Danny Ceballos? If when you see him on the pitch?
Actually, for right now, I think Ceballos is perfect in box to box. But right now, if you have Party, I don't think so. I don't think even in Ceballos lack creativity, but the best option for him is to play box to box.
Puki.
Okay, Dinero is here. I wanna add him as well. Dinero, welcome to the show, blood.
Thanks, bro. Thanks, man.
Yeah. I know you're hurting, but how was that? How was today's performance for you?
Today, bro, do you know what? Honestly, we didn't play. We could have won that game. I think it was lack of mentality of the players. I think we gave City too much respect. I mean, because there was times like games before we played City, and they've outplayed us on the next level. But this game, it was just a lack of mentality. These guys didn't want to, grab the game by the scruff of its neck. We just gave them too much respect, bro. That's what it was.
And I think this is the way we have been playing against the big teams. Too
Yeah.
much respect, too defensive. I think this thing has to stop at some point, Dinero. We need to stop this kind of play. Too much respect, too defensive. I don't know what Mikel Arteta is afraid of.
Real talk.
If it was for the defense is no longer that rotten anymore. So that means the defense can actually stand by itself. We need to get that ball forward. We get the ball forward less often, even versing the small teams. Look at how hard it was, for us to beat Sheffield. How hard it was for us to beat West Ham. I think we need that change. We need that kind of change, and it needs to come very quickly. But very fast, any positives, Dinero? Any positives you saw out of the game? Did you see any good things that any improvements in this game for Arsenal?
I thought Saka was really good.
Yeah,
I like the balls he was, getting into them pockets, putting them through balls in. Gabriel was solid, really solid. Apart from that, I can't think of any other positives in the game, bro. To be fair,
I know.
I'm just trying to see it's basically just picking up gold dust, But yeah, there's no one, man. Apart from Gabriel, I liked how solid he was, But yeah, we were terrible today, man. And the frustrating thing is that if if we brought the game to them, like if we started to press and everything and win the ball up higher, we could have won it. But yeah.
Everybody thought so. I also thought so. I thought if we had started that, attack, if we had started right away attacking that, Manchester City, we could have won the game. But Nathan, anything positive you saw in this game? Of course, there are not so many.
Bukayo Saka was absolutely the best player on the pitch. Gabriel, another beautiful display by the Brazilian.
Yeah.
Xhaka was
I also think David Louis had a good game. It reached the point when I thought David Louis had a good game.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And Xhaka was absolutely superb. Dominated the midfield. And
Xhaka was superb for you. For me, he wasn't superb. Actually, he wasn't superb.
Season.
Christopher.
Yes.
Anything positive? Any positives you think were in this game and they were extraordinary?
I don't have any option concerning about the positive.
Yeah, but okay, then we need to go to the changes because we can't keep playing like this. At least someone somewhere has to change. And I think let us discuss the midfield. How should our midfield line up? I'll start with Dinero. How should that midfield line up?
Boy, it's about finding combinations because at the moment I don't know because I haven't seen Partey. I don't know what the best partnership for Partey is yet. The thing in midfield is we're lacking creativity. Partey looks like the guy that can, bring it to certain to plays that can do the job. Maybe I could. Boy, I don't know. I still need to think. I need to think.
Chris, how should that midfield line up? Because the easy way should be Partey, Xhaka, and Dani Ceballos. But you think about losing a player like Bukayo Saka, who's one of your best players in the team, just doesn't make sense. How should we line up in that midfield with Partey?
I think we should line up 4-3-3 because if I see in case of Partey, we should give enough time, enough space because if as you can see, Partey is a incredible player who can go to box. That is why I think we should just put 4-3-3 formation.
4-3-3. Who do you go with? Ceballos, Xhaka, and Partey?
I go with Partey, Xhaka, then with Saka.
With Saka. Okay. Let me just take some of the comments here. Cannot believe we lost to City. We lost City at just dirty players. I don't know how we lost to City as well. Well, let's say the lose came. Of course, the lose came. Nothing to do about it. Thank you so much, Veronica. Dinero Empire, the most boring game ever. Very boring, especially for the Arsenal fans. Arsenal really need a striker because Aubameyang is totally becoming a loss. I think we should have, we should have a talk about Aubameyang sometime. Man City dominated the game through the midfield. It is true. That is very true. I knew we were going to lose. This is Nafi because we don't have the creative midfield. And I think it's going to be a very big problem for us this season. But Saka is my man of the match and Tierney. But Arteta did wrong to delay Partey, to bring on Partey. We were so poor. Something was wrong. This is the reviewer. We need to get more attacking. That is true. Willian was too a mess. I'm telling you, Kosi, we need that Ozil kind of player. Otherwise, we are not gonna win games. It is true, man. It is true. And I think, let me just draw the attention of these guys. Do you think, Ozil should just come in, no matter the cost, and serve this club this season?
Yes, I would say yes, please. Because
yes, Christopher Ozil.
Yes.
Yeah, General, go ahead.
Because you could see that the final piece was supposed to be, if we got our hour and party, at least that would have been solved, yeah. But you could see that the final piece is missing, and that's a creative midfielder. Ozil will be perfect for that right now.
Yeah, it's true. Willian just filling number. He has done nothing on the pitch. Willian didn't do anything there. Razak, because we need Ozil. Ateta needs to give Ozil playing time. Okay, thank you so much, Razak. And then Kamara says the whole problem is starting Willian and dropping Lacazette. Playing 3-4-3. He should have used Partey, Xhaka, and Ceballos, and it will have been a win. That is Kamara's opinion. Arsenal needs Ozil and Partey. I think Arsene Wenger also suggested this. This is the time now to criticize Arteta, because how can you bench Laka and Partey? He cannot explain, to be honest. That is Emi. Arsenal lack creativity. That is Mohammed with the comments. Then Leonard says he's supposed to use Alba wing Laka attack and Willian right wing to start Saka with Partey, CM, Xhaka in the midfield as well. We lost at City without Kevin De Bruyne. Think that man was there, we could have conceded 4. I think it would have been it would have been massive. The worst player for me also was Willian and Aubameyang today. Komakech, what do you think is wrong with with Aubameyang? Do you think he's getting a lot of money, or it is the creativity?
No, I think if you see players sometimes, in case a player get a lot of money, he now will be thinking that he will now not put his concentrating according to his career. Will make him now to be considering about himself only. That one will be not the right way. I think just for best way for Aubameyang is to concentrate to his career and do what is right to the team, bring what is good to the team. Just as you can see to the game, Aubameyang was actually also poor. He didn't get even any chance of shooting the ball. That is what I think also.
General, what's wrong with Aubameyang? Do you because if we would have said creativity, but last season he was on top of his game. We never had a lot of creativity. I mean, we still have the same midfield like last season. What is wrong with Aubameyang? Is it playing him on the left? Is it today he tried to play in as the central striker, but he never settled there. He went back to the left. What is wrong with Aubameyang?
I think it's. Do you know what? I think it's not Aubameyang's fault. I just think we haven't got him in the positions where he should be, and I think playing him on the left, especially, I think you could see what was missing was like my man said. He said Lacazette. When he took off Lacazette, because when Lacazette's playing, at least he gets the pressure and he comes short, and normally that gives Aubameyang Aubameyang a role to overlap, or that's how he was getting most of his goals, because obviously Lacazette used to come short, and when there's no Lacazette, he struggles, especially when he's playing on that left, and without creativity, what's he gonna do, bro? Because as soon as he got the ball, who was there? Kyle Walker. And they specifically played him. I think, was it right centre back? Did they play him? Yeah, they played him right centre back. So, I mean, what is the man gonna do? The man can only do so much. And we all know he's not that type of player that will, dazzle players and go through certain plays. He's more of get him through on goal and he does his thing. And we didn't do that. We didn't do that enough for him to, you know, because he never even had a chance. He couldn't even shoot. At least,
you know,
obviously he had that one chance where he was lucky, but other than that, if the man hasn't shot, then what can you do?
But I think there is this kind of, you know, release pass that is lacking. Most of the long balls we release are not successful, are not accurate. I think that's the problem. The release pass, someone to release Aubameyang, because he's a he's a splinter, he's a runner. He wants to he wants chances very open in the in the open, but no one is doing that for him.
Exactly.
Yeah. Emmy says, and I said, this man Willian is a spit from Chelsea. He's a good anymore, guys. Ateta now excuses about his error. Tonight, no. We could win the game 2-0. I predicted it 2-0, but somehow we lost it. Let us Sport says, I can't blame Aubameyang because he doesn't retrieve the balls. The back line, they are good also. Them played very they played very well. The back line was decent. Really decent. I'm one of the happiest people when Rob Holding dropped out. I was one of the happiest people. I'm gonna be honest. Man of the match must be Bukayo Saka. The boy is brilliant. Okay. So guys, don't forget, if you want to give me a fan cam, if you want to give me your opinion about the game, it is as easy as this. Record your own video and then send it to me on Twitter, or you can send it on Gmail. My account, my Gmail account is always in the description. So guys, I'll start with Dinero as we wrap up the match reaction. Dinero, starting today, what would you change if you had, what would you change on the Leicester City game in order to beat Leicester City? What would you change on in today's team?
I would say I would Party starts. I'll say Party starts for sure. And Willian, I did not see Willian today. The guy was, I don't know if he was playing or maybe he was spectating. So I'll take Willian out. I'll drop Willian and put in Lacazette. And hopefully we go for a 4-3-3.
Chris, what would you change, Chris? What do you change in today's lineup?
For me, I think in defending, we are good. In midfield, I will have changed. I will have put Partey, Shaka, then Saka. Then their forward, according to forward, I will have removed Willian and put Pepe. Then Willian will be coming second half.
Willian will be coming on second half. What are your thoughts, Chris? What are your thoughts on Pepe's performance today?
Pepe actually was trying a lot, but he lacks some confidence in terms of controlling the ball. We have seen most of the chance also they have given Pepe. I think Pepe in terms of speed is actually good, but the only thing that is lacking is confidence with the ball.
Dinero, anything? Were you impressed by his performance today? Were you impressed by Pepe's performance?
I'll just say, I'll say with the thing with Pepe, he's one of those players as well, similar to Aubameyang. You get him on the last man, you're in trouble. The other team's in trouble, and I think he wasn't doing that much. And when you look at when he at the times he had the ball, it was either he was very deep in our half where he's not supposed to be. He didn't get in the. There was no food for him to feed on. I just think that maybe I just think he didn't have a good game, but I just think that he couldn't do much because every time he got the ball, there was players on him. City were pressing on him. So the least he could, yeah, man, he struggled, man. But I think it's because of the team, man. They don't, and most of the time they don't pass the ball early. They don't release it early, which is a problem. But yeah, I don't think he had a bad. I think he had a bad game because of the team around him. And yeah.
Okay. Comments in. Joshua says, I think Arteta should pair players accordingly. There was no efforts made from our players to reply to go, the one goal lead. This is not the Arsenal we know. That is Joshua. And then he also says, look at the performance from Willian. Is him ready to repay us this? Arsenal has a future. Yeah, Arsenal has a future, probably. Then says, how do we join the link? The link is in the comment box there. There you go. The link is there, but I'm about to close the show as well. But there you go. The link is there. You can join me live. So, guys, closing remarks. Dinero, I think I'll start with mine. My closing remarks. Poor performance. We should reflect on. It was a big game against Manchester City, but I think Mikel Arteta needs to work on how we attack, how we go on the offensive. We look so bad. We look so bad when it comes to attacking our opponents. What are your last comments, Dinero?
I think I think it's time to focus on attacks and not give these big teams respect now. It's time to listen. It's time to let the chains go and start showing no respect and start beating these teams, man. And I wasn't happy with Arteta today, but I'm sure the man can. I trust him to come through with this. So yeah.
Chris, last remarks. Chris, are you there?
Pardon?
What are your last comments on this on this game? Last comments as we close the show.
Actually, I would like Arteta to make changes immediately to where we lack, especially mid, and also in our attacking we should improve a bit. In terms of defending, we are good, but in attacking and mid, we should improve a bit so that for our performance to be high.
Okay, that is really brilliant, guys. I'm gonna end it at this, but I promise I'll be coming back later. The last comment comes from George Ahmed, who says, "Hi, coach. We needed the odds in this game, guys. We were too bright. We were to bring Partey immediately after the first half and replace Danny Tobias." Thanks everybody for joining me on the show. I love you guys. I love you so much. Thank you so much, Komakech, and thank you so much, General, for joining me for the match reaction today. And make sure you join me always for the match reactions.
Be blessed.